Hey man, how are you doing? Today I wanted to talk to you about a very interesting thing that I've learned in the past while is that the way that you sleep and the way that you genuinely rest impacts most of your health, including mental health, right? So this is not just about physical health and how tired you feel, because you probably already know this, right? You sleep well in the night, you probably have a good day, right? You feel good. You end up having like several bad nights of sleep, one after the other, you're gonna end up crashing, right? You're gonna end up genuinely not performing at all, right? We all know that, right? And if you didn't know, then look it up. It's very important. So get a good night's sleep for that reason. But I've also learned that sleep is very, very beneficial, and the way and the time that you sleep as well, like that is the interesting part. It's not about just how much you sleep, it's about when you sleep. So that means that from what I've learned and from what I've seen, it's about genuinely sleeping during the night and being active throughout the day, right? So that means, let's take like a normal summer day, for example, right? It's genuinely bright as fuck during the day, it's sunny, and then at night it's like dark, right? And so, you want to genuinely just go to sleep when it's dark outside. You want to go to sleep and sleep throughout the night completely, because that is the most natural way you can genuinely develop yourself. That is the most natural way you can sleep, because it's all about you following this kind of natural routine that's been throughout your body for the past god knows how long. And so by going to sleep at night and genuinely sleeping throughout the night and being awake during the day and active during the day, you're going to live such a better life. You're gonna have such a much better life. And so I cannot stress this enough, bro. I mean, from my own experience, I remember like 2 years ago when I was really into video games. It was the pandemic and everything. We were locked indoors. It was the lockdown, right? I remember going to sleep at like 4 a.m. and waking up at like 1 p.m., right? I just remember feeling just so destroyed. I had no order in my mind. I woke up at that time. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Where the fuck am I? What is this? Where? What? Like, I just didn't understand. I could not comprehend the idea that it's 1 p.m. and I just woke up, right? But then soon enough, I like consciously I got used to that. And I just kept doing that a bunch, right? It didn't just happen once. It wasn't just like a one time mistake. It started happening all day, every single day. And it just made me feel horrible, bro. It just genuinely made me feel horrible in all ways. Like, physically at that time, I was not horrible, right? I was not like this fat ass motherfucker. I was not this very, very unhealthy guy. But at the same time, I still, even though, I was kind of in shape, I was still capable of doing most things, right? I just could not get myself to do anything. I was just so tired all the damn time. I cannot concentrate on anything. Schoolwork was the thing that I didn't even consider, because like I was just genuinely incapable of doing anything. And it's only now that I've realized. Before, like back then, I was genuinely just asking myself, bro, I've got to be like depressed. I got to be something, I got to have something, like a problem in my head. Like, I was genuinely just telling myself that. I was just trying to victimize myself so that I wouldn't have to do any of the work required to do something, right? I just thought that, okay, self-diagnosing myself with depression and whatever and anxiety would just kind of give me an excuse to just keep acting the same way, right? And yet, I thought I was always just kind of like trying to find excuses for myself, right? All the time. So, but yeah, like fast forward 2 more years, I start genuinely like taking all my health seriously. I take start taking my sleep seriously, and I start sleeping at night and waking up early in the morning when the sun is out. And I just, like, my depression, like that shit that I was genuinely, I'm not even kidding, bro. Like the shit that I was genuinely fucking self-diagnosing as like some fucking bad depression that I could never get rid of or something like that, like some bullshit. Bro, it just went away on its own. In like the first 2 weeks, yeah, like maximum 2 weeks, after sleeping well at night, after genuinely going to sleep early, sleeping throughout the night, waking up early, going out, exercising, reading a book, spending like a lot of time just outside of any kind of weird, outside of any kind of modern technology stuff, right? Outside of just watching YouTube videos, and I mean, I still watched YouTube sometimes, like about self-improvement and everything, but that was it. Like, I didn't just watch funny meme compilations or, I don't know, gameplay moments or some shit. Didn't play video games anymore. I stopped masturbating. I stopped doing all those things, and it was like the best thing that I did, right? And after 2 weeks of that, and I think the biggest factor in actually just getting rid of all these physiological problems that I had, that kind of at that point just started really affecting my mind as well. It was like 2 weeks of genuinely sleeping well, of genuinely going to sleep at a reasonable time at like 10 p.m. and waking up at like 7 a.m., right? That was it. That was literally what just cured that bullshit depression that I had. So yeah, man, that was it. Genuinely, just 2 weeks of genuinely sleeping well at night, and actually sleeping at night, not just, I don't even know, like, I mean, I'm quite lucky in this sense because I've always been able to sleep at night. Like, I do know some people in my life, like my mom, for example. She has a lot of problem genuinely getting a good night's sleep. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe she has like this partial insomnia or some shit, because she has nights in which she kind of sleeps well and everything. She wakes up a lot of the time, and then, you know, she just has like nights in which she just struggles to go to sleep for like 3 hours, right? And then she's like all grumpy in the morning because she didn't get sleep at all. And it's like, maybe that could be partially because of stress. I mean, she's the person that's working 10 hours every single day, so like maybe that's, you know, it's generally just stressing her the fuck out, and I could see why. And that just motivates me to do even more to get them out of that situation. But back to the point of the video, you see, it might be a little bit windy right now because it's a damn lake here. So yeah, I'm on a dam right now, so it's a damn lake and I'm on a dam. And so getting a good night's sleep is genuinely amazing, right? And if you struggle going to sleep, you have like insomnia or some shit, right? You just naturally just wake up a bunch throughout the night and you have all these problems. Well, try to allocate more time to sleep, right? So if you have like trouble sleeping and it takes you like, what, an hour maybe to fall asleep, right? Let's say an hour. Well, in that case, instead of kind of trying to go to sleep at, I don't know, well, naturally, like, if you want to get like 8 hours of good sleep a night, then you'd have to actually be in bed for like 9 hours. That's it, right? Because it'll take you like an hour, and that hour is basically it's basically all the times throughout the night when you're like in this disturbed sleep, when you don't really have like good rest. But the rest 8 hours, is kind of like deep sleep where it's actually beneficial for you. And so instead of going to sleep at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m., for example, like I used to, you actually have to go to sleep at 9 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. because, again, an hour of that entire 9 hours is just going to be wasted with you just having like this disturbed sleep, which is going to kind of interfere with your everything, right? And so you'll only be left after that with like 8 hours of sleep, right? essentially. So that's what you want. But you know, you shouldn't just go to sleep at like, and have like, put your alarm and at 10 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. and you're like, okay, I slept 8 hours. No, you didn't, because it took you like 15 minutes to fall asleep, and then maybe you woke up during the night, or maybe, you know, there were always gonna be like periods in your sleep time when you won't genuinely like actually sleep. It will just kind of be like this very disturbed sleep, which doesn't really bring you any benefit, right? And so all those things amounted might be like an hour. Like 90% of the time, for some people it might be even higher, like 80% of the time you spend sleeping is not actually good sleep. It's just not like shit. 80% of the time and 90% of the time, my bad, is actually good sleep. And like the 10% or 20% is like not really good sleep, right? So that's what I meant. Don't get me wrong. And I've also seen this very interesting thing, which I think will help a lot of people out there. You know, the fact that sleep, like the amount of sleep that you get and when you sleep, is like, I mean to say this very importantly, like when you sleep and the amount of sleep that you get. So let's say you actually go to sleep during the night, and you actually have a good sleep during the night, and you wake up when the sun rises, when it's early morning. That's so amazing, because that's been proved scientifically. My bad, bro. I'm like butchering this. It's been proved scientifically. You can search it up, bro. Like I'm not saying, bro, just search it up if you don't believe me. It's been proved scientifically to be like the amount of sleep that you get and when you get it is a big factor. It's a big deciding factor in whether you get depression or not. And so yeah, you know, basically the amount of sleep that you get and when you get it, oh my god, it's like it's like a big determining factor. I mean, like excluding like genuinely genetical dispose, like you being disposed genetically to have like a bigger chance of getting depression and anxiety, okay, like that's something that you can't really change, right? But what you can change, what is a big deciding factor on like you getting like depression and anxiety symptoms in your life, is when you sleep and how much you sleep. Genuinely, you sleeping throughout the night, and I mean this, the night, and sleeping proper, like getting a good 8 hours of sleep every night, bro, that is like, it has a big change in your life, and it basically determines a big part, like it's a big determining factor of whether you get depression or anxiety or not. And I mean like this kind of illness anxiety. I don't mean like just you getting scared from time to time. Like I get fucking scared from time to time. Like who cares, right? That's just normal anxiety that you get from time to time. Like that's normal, right? You can't really fix that, and you shouldn't really fix that. I mean, it's there for a reason. But depression isn't, like, bro, like people fucking depression, like it's just a horrible thing, right? And I think I had like some symptoms. I didn't really have like actual fucking depression. But because in like 2 years back, right, when I was just wasting my life away, I was having shit sleep, and I was genuinely just, I was playing video games, I was masturbating, I was just wasting a bunch of time doing nothing. I was waking up at 1 p.m., going to sleep at 4 a.m. Like, bro, of course I felt like I had depression. Of course I had all those symptoms of depression. Like I had no energy. I just felt no drive. I was just at the bottom of everything, bro, right? And I had this shit mentality, and I had nothing going for me, right? But once I genuinely discovered self-improvement to some extent, and I thought to myself, fuck it, I'm gonna change my life. And like, so I just started sleeping well during the night. And if you don't sleep well during the night, you know, one thing that I think will help you is trying to limit the time that you spend on your damn phone or on any kind of screens like before you go to sleep. Like 1 hour, 2 hours before you go to sleep, don't fucking go on your computer, bro. Don't watch a fucking self-improvement video. Don't go on TV and watch a damn movie, right? Don't waste your fucking time with this shit, because I mean it's a waste of time, and also because it doesn't help you sleep, bro. Like blue lights that you get from your phone, and all the activity that genuinely goes on. Like, bro, if you're watching like a video an hour before you go to sleep, it's like this kind of video where it's just kind of like a bunch of information. It's a bunch of edits and a bunch of movement, bro. Your brain is gonna go nuts. And you know, like, there's also the dumbasses, bro, who they're like, oh, I just play like video games 1 hour before, you know, when I get home from work because it helps me relax, bro. How the fuck is it helping you relax? Your brain is being fucking solicited, like absolute crazy. You don't even get it, bro. It's genuinely being. Oh, hold on a second. Oh my god, there we go. I'm just laying down against the concrete pillar. It's like your brain is being solicited, and you're making all these changes in video games. You're making all these decisions and everything, and you're like, there's so much stuff happening, right? And you're thinking, yeah, it's just helping me relax, like your body, like your muscles, they may be relaxed, right, to some extent, because you're sitting on a damn crusty computer chair that smells like sweat. Like, that's bad enough, right? But your brain is literally, your eyes are seeing the movement on the screen. They're seeing everything. Like, bro, your brain is not fucking resting. And like, this is a call to just kind of stop playing video games in general. Like, I stopped playing video games, bro, and once I stopped playing video games, I started getting some decent sleep at night and waking up at a decent time in the morning. And I stopped masturbating, and I stopped all those things, all those shit habits, bro. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of my fucking, all my crazy, uncurable depression just went away on its own. After that, I had much more mental clarity. I was much more capable of thinking about my future. I was much more capable of just being conscious in my own decisions. Like, you don't know how important that is, like, being conscious in your own fucking decisions. Like, I mean, because of this, because of what I've done in those 2 weeks, I now don't eat any kind of, like, sweets at all. I don't eat candy. I don't eat pies. I don't eat cakes. I don't eat anything. I don't eat sugar, like, any artificial sugar. I don't eat any of that. I don't eat any fast food. Like, before this, bro, I constantly had a craving for sweets. Like, I'm not even kidding, bro. Like, constantly, I just fucking, I'd eat that shit all the time. Like, I'm not even kidding, bro. I remember seeing a picture from, like, several years ago. I was chubby as fuck, bro. I was chubby as fuck. Like, I just had this craving all the damn time. Like, I was not okay. I had this craving for video games. I had this craving for everything. But once I genuinely stopped doing those things, bro. I stopped masturbating. I stopped playing video games. I stopped. It just, everything just followed on its own, right? But I think it mostly all started with the fact that I got a good night's sleep every single night. And I woke up early. And I limited the screen use that I had. Like, that just fixed it for me. You know, because then I started being much more conscious of my life, and I realized, okay, well, do I really want to play video games and waste my fucking time away and be a fucking piece of shit? No, I don't want that. And so I just stopped. I consciously I saw it through my conscious fucking mind, because up until this point, I was like genuinely unconsciously, I was fucking messed up, bro. Messed up. Like, I could not think for anything. Like, I thought that I was conscious. I was like, yes, I'm conscious today, yes. Like, I could act like a normal human being, right? But at the same time, I didn't have control over myself at all. Like, I just couldn't control what I was doing. When I felt the urge to go and play video games, I play video games. When I felt the urge to go in the bathroom and jack off, I jacked off. When I felt the urge to just binge an entire Netflix show, I binged an entire Netflix show. When I felt the urge to just eat a bunch of junk food and a bunch of sugary shit, I did it. And so this is how I wasted a good period of my childhood, right? Genuinely just fucking off. But I got out of it, bro. I got out of it. 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks to fix my fucking bullshit depression. Keep that in mind, bro. Good luck.